We're going to keep the program moving right along. Our next speaker is a walking highlight reel. Oh, God. Yeah, well, his rookie year was 1998. He was co-captain of the D3 National Championship team and winner of just about every award that we've got. Rookie of the Year, Back of the Year, Rugger of the Year. He is also one of the best storytellers of the game and writes a hell of an introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Joe Ozzie as he reflects on the past 50 years.
Thank you, Dylan. And my name is Joe Osvatic. Ozzie's my last name. So, as we are preparing for this event, we have tonight 32 Joes in attendance. It's absolutely crazy. Statistically, it's an anomaly, and we have McCook, myself, and Cunningham, and Redding, and Schuster, and Worrell, and Redding. I don't know, it's just, Joes are meant to be part of this. I also think I've been meant to be a part of this club. I happen to be born in 1975. That's when this club was born in 1975. So, I feel like this club is meant for me. I was born to be part of this club. Joe McCook talked about our relationship with Osvatic, which is one of our first tours. I got an email from them earlier this week, and they were thanking us for, or they were just congratulating us on 50 years of rugby. It was the first international club that we toured with. We went there, they came here. It's probably 8 or 9 times that we kind of exchanged. It was a heartfelt email. It's been a busy week for the planning committee, so for all intents and purposes, I put a reminder in to send a thank you email and kind of delete it. But at the bottom of the email, there was a quote from a famous French rugby player. And it states, "Rugby is a story of a ball with friends around it. When there is no longer a ball, the friendship remains." And that line really hit me. Because today there's no ball, there's no match, there's no scoreboard. It's just us gathered here to reflect on 50 years of something bigger than just a game. Our club is the story, and sometimes there's no ball, but even when there's no ball, the story continues. And tonight, we get to reflect, and not just on what we won or lost, but what we built together. One of the greatest gifts that you can provide to yourself is the ability, and we have the opportunity tonight, is to reflect on the appreciation. Reflect on appreciation, to look back and say, God damn, that was pretty amazing. As I reflect on our club, one thing became very clear. Every era is special in its own way. Each generation faced its own challenges, carved its own path, and left its mark. And tonight, I want to honor each of them, not by comparing them, but celebrating the unique strength, spirit, and legacy they brought to our club. Joe McCook talked kind of about the beginning. These early days, the rapid growth that we've seen, the energy, the foundation that they laid cannot be repeated. The culture that they had cannot be repeated. It's truly special. Today, we have 19 players from the 1970s. That's from 1975 to 1974. It's absolutely amazing. It's like the Big Bang. They created something from nothing. They are the true legends, as I call them. So, can I have all the people from 1975 to 1985, you guys are the true legends. Please stand as we give you a round of applause. Statistically, the amount of people that they have here, if they're not here, they're here with us in the spirit. So it's absolutely amazing. What I think is actually more amazing, and the group that I actually admire the most, is this next group. The admiration that I have for them is absolutely amazing. The decade from 1985 to 1995 wasn't glamorous. It wasn't filled with trophies or headlines. It was a grind. It was a full rebuild. We had the lowest numbers you've ever seen, the lowest level of play. Winless seasons at what would be the Division III level. Finances were tight. Old boy involvement was non-existent. If an old boy showed up, he didn't get a beer, he got a jersey. This was the only time in our club history where folding wasn't just a fear, but it was a possibility. But this group, they did not quit. They showed up week after week. They played for each other. They held the line when no one else could. They kept the heartbeat of this club alive when it was barely audible. And let me be clear, if it wasn't for this group of players, we would not be here tonight. This was the strongest, most heroic group of players ever to wear our jerseys, period. And to the small group of players with rookie years between 1985 and 1995, you carry this club on your backs. You deserve our deepest respects and our loudest applause and our eternal gratitude. Thank you to my heroes. Please stand up. This is my group, the Hooligans. Until recently, I thought my era was the most special in the history of the club. I believe that with every fiber of my being, not just because of what we accomplished, but the bond that we had on and off the field. We were inseparable, we were brothers, we were teammates, we were lifelong friends. But as I've grown and reflected, I realized that kind of bond wasn't unique to us. It was just unique to our club. It's what being a Harlequin made us so damn special. Now, I will hold, the only thing that was special about us is that I think we were the most social club in history. We bought a bar. We had the Sin-Bin Sports Bar. It's just not a commitment being social, it was borderline insanity. So until a future group makes the financially terrible decision to buy a bar, I'm going to hold that my hooligans were the most social in club history. All right, yeah. But our side was not only social. We had some incredible highlights on the pitch. We made the D3 National Championship. We got promoted to D2 and had early success. For the first time, we fielded two sides consistently. We locked down the college pipelines for my UW Whitewater. Where are my Whitewater guys? Marquette, Parkside, and others. You got everybody else is the others, I guess. That pipeline carries on today. We created an environment where everybody wanted to be a Harlequin. Also during this time, we finally beat our crosstown friends and rivals in Milwaukee. No claps. What made this era special wasn't just the wins and the wild nights. It showed how we honored the generations before us. We built on the foundation that was laid. We played for the love of the game, and without realizing it, we laid the groundwork for something even bigger to come. The decade didn't shape the club, it shaped us, and I'm proud to be a part of it. Let's give a round of applause for those rookies, 95 to 2000. I'm standing up. I know. Sorry, you're supposed to stand up. Jimmy, you can stand up. On to what I call from the hooligans, the next generation. This group had it all: the grit of the Harlequins, the fire to win, the drive to recruit, the heart to build something bigger than themselves. They didn't just carry the torch, they turned it into a bonfire. They extended our dominance and stood head and shoulders than every other club in Wisconsin. They recruited smarter, they strengthened our finances, maximized the potential of the lakefront sevens like never seen before. They brought in old boys back into the fold. On every front, on and off the pitch, they elevated the club and honored the foundations before them. What really stuck out from this group is they earned the right to move into D1, and they didn't just step up, they rose up. By the end of this decade, we were launching the most competitive team in club history. There's no team that we had in the previous years that could even remotely compete with them. They would, the division, the national championship that I would have, we would have lost 60-0 to them. Second thing of importance, which is probably more important, they created something intangible but powerful. An atmosphere people wanted to be a part of. The birth and branding of the Bavarians. It was not just clever, but it was visionary. It gave players across Milwaukee an identity, a new home, and a reason to fall in love with rugby. Constant improvement is hard. Sustained excellence is even harder. But this group did it. And they gave us one of the most historic and inspiring decades in club history. So, the next gen, please stand up. My 2005 to 2015 players, your rookie year, please stand up. Your legacy is undeniable, your impact is lasting, and thank you. Oh boy. the pros, professionals, are current for the last 10 years. What makes this group truly special is their resilience. Coming out of COVID, our club was hurting. D1 was gutted, retirements, injuries, relocations. D3 was stagnant. We had to forfeit games, we were barely fielding sides. Our boys were traveling light and getting absolutely murdered, losing 60, 70, 80 to 0. Some of our most loyal and battle-tested players went years without tasting a single Division I win. But they didn't walk away, they didn't flinch, they didn't complain, they chose to reboot. They reset their culture, they moved to D2, they prioritized the joy of the game, less stress, less travel, more connection. They brought back the heartbeat of rugby, camaraderie, the laughter, and love for the sport. They were methodical, businesslike, and relentless. And now, because of the foundation that was laid before them, the club has never been stronger. I want to share this slide. This slide provides an overview of the last 50 years. And the criteria is level of play, Division I, II, and III, number of active members, finances, and our competitiveness in the state of Wisconsin. So do we think we're the best team, second best team, and third best team, and also old boy involvement. And when we put all those things together and we track those things, this current group, we have more due-paying active members than ever. We're playing at a high level of rugby. We are the top team in the state of Wisconsin. Vic is going to talk about our finances. It is absolutely ridiculous what we've been able to accomplish. And just look around us today at the old boy involvement. It has never been higher. This generation did not only survive adversity, it transformed it. Our club has never been stronger, and the future has never looked so bright. So please, my active players for the last 10 years from this year, please stand up. So tonight, let's reflect not on just the wins and losses, but on the grit, the loyalty, the legacy. Let's appreciate every era, every jersey worn, every mile traveled, every pint shared. Let's celebrate 50 years of rugby, the friendship, unshakable brotherhood with no regrets. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, Joe Ozzie.